Welcome, everyone. My name is Eliza. I'm one of the CROs here with Elections Canada. And today I would like to share a very important resource with you at Elections Canada. It's the Elections Canada website at elections.ca. So when we first get on the Elections Canada website, on your left-hand side, you will see My Voter Information. So all you have to do is type in your postal code, and that will get you your riding, your local Elections Canada office, and your candidate. So it's really simple and easy to use, and a simple way to figure out where your electoral office is. So now venturing a little further down here, we have the FAQs. So I'm going to click on that. Frequently asked questions. So let's go to voting. So here it says, can I vote in the election? Okay, so right here it says, to vote in the federal election, you must be a Canadian citizen, be at least 18 years old on election day, and prove your identity and address. And we'll get into that in a bit. So now going back to the frequently asked questions, we just click on registration. And if we go down to how do I register to vote? Click on that. How do I register to vote? You can register to vote online, but you must prove your identity and your address. You can also go to your local Elections Canada office by April 22nd and register to vote there. So going back to the main page, we're going to click on ways to vote. So April 28th is election day. So you can vote there at your polling station. You can also vote in the advance polls on Friday, April 18th, Saturday, April 19th, Sunday, April 20th, or Monday, April 21st. You can vote early at any of the 500 Election Canada offices. These are their hours of operation. And you can also vote by mail, but you must apply to vote by mail by Tuesday, April 22nd. On voting day, the polls will be open at 9:30 and will promptly close at 9:30 in the evening. So now let's go over what ID you need to vote. So the easiest and simple one is your driver's license. But you can also vote with your voter ID card and something like your bank statement. Again, it just has to have your name and your address if it's two pieces of ID. You have another option as well. If you get to the poll on election day and you've realized you have left your wallet at home, that's no problem. If somebody is that you know that can vouch for you, They will simply fill out a vouching form. They, however, have to have ID and have to be on the list of electors at the polling station. Okay. They can fill out a piece of paper and they can vouch that this is who you are and this is where you live. So for your identification and for your address. So we've also made it easy because this is the list of accepted ID to prove your identity and address under option 2. So any 2 of these will do. You can have a birth certificate, bank statement. So anything with your name and then anything with your address on it as well. And there is also a little video here on the ID that you will need to vote. So I really encourage you to go through the website. It is very user-friendly. Okay, so let's go back to voter registration. And it says, how do I register to vote right here? So I'm just going to take you back here to the online voter registration, because if you decide that you would like to vote by mail, you may do so. And this is where you do it. So whether you would like to make sure that you are registered or register or vote by mail, this is where to do it right here, okay? You just press the voter registration button to check if you're registered to vote, update your address, register to vote, or apply to vote by mail. Now, with the applying to vote by mail, you will need to upload a proof of identity and address. So we go back to the main page. We're going to click on New Canadian Electors. And then here we also have the information that we just went through, what ID you need, how to register to vote, and the ways to vote. There's also a section here, working at a federal election. So let's click on who is eligible to work. So to be eligible to work in the federal election, you must be a Canadian citizen. You must be at least 16 years of age or older on election day. So this is a little different because in order to vote, you have to be 18, but in order to work, you can be 16 years of age. Be nonpartisan and refrain from any partisan political activity during the term of your employment. So we are still on the new Canadian electors portion of the site. Now, if we scroll down, I want to bring your attention to something very important. During the entire election period, we do offer interpretation services in languages other than English and French. So all you have to do is call this number right here if you need any assistance in another language. Okay, I really hope that this has brought some insight and answered some questions. Again, I really recommend using this resource. That's Elections Canada, the Elections Canada website at elections.ca. Thank you so much.